we're back with another Friday night review that is being recorded on a Wednesday, actually, this time, because we didn't have time last Friday to get this in, so we had to come back on a later date and record this so we could get it out to you few subscribers, your 19 beautiful subscribers that we have right now. That maybe some of them watch our videos. We get like 15 views on the last video. You know, we're quality. Balin's Root's still doing fantastic. Still just keeps going up. Keep that coming.
Check out Wrecked.
Check out Wrecked for sure. But we're back on Kurt Russell month, and this time we're watching a sci-fi horror classic, The Thing, from John Carpenter, 1982.
Yep,
I believe. Yeah, 1982, starring Kurt Russell, Richard Mazur, Keith David, A. Wilford Brimley.
A. Not the.
And a number of other recognizable characters. T.K. Carter, who you probably most people our age would recognize T.K. Carter from like the first couple seasons of Saved by the Bell, which was like in Indiana or something. Yeah. It was like Good Morning Miss Bliss is what that was originally called, but T.K. Carter was in that. But yeah, so, or would recognize him from this, because you probably haven't seen him in a ton of other stuff. But anyway, if you haven't seen The Thing, well, what's wrong with you? Just go watch The Thing. Don't watch this. I mean, seriously, go away. Go watch The Thing.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen The Thing, essentially what The Thing is you start out the movie with a helicopter chase. There's a helicopter chasing a sled dog across the Antarctic tundra, essentially. And they're trying to kill the dog. They're trying to shoot the dog, and they're flying towards the U.S. Antarctic base, where Kurt Russell's character McCready is. A number of the other main characters, well, all the main characters in the movie are there, because really, besides those two Norwegian people that are on this helicopter, everybody else in the movie is at the Antarctic U.S. base. Mm-hmm. So these Norwegian pilots are coming in trying to kill this dog. The U.S. people have no idea what's going on, and they get, like, one of them gets shot by the Norwegians, not on purpose. They're not sure though. So basically, they are kind of trying to figure out what's going on. The Norwegians end up blowing themselves up. The dog gets away, runs up to the U.S. people. The Norwegians are dead, and so the U.S. people can't figure out what was going on. Maybe it's stir craziness because they're in Antarctica, and it happens basically. So they take the dog in. He's in the dog's in their base, and as a viewer, we kind of know what's coming, especially if you've seen The Thing before. But the dog is the thing, essentially. So you're slowly building tension throughout this whole movie, because The Thing, again, if you haven't seen the movie, is an alien life form, which they figure out later in the movie when they go visit the Norwegian base to try to figure out what's going on. And the Norwegian base is completely destroyed, which is apparently the plot of the new The Thing movie that came out in, 2014, 2013, maybe. Right. Maybe even a little older than that, I'm not sure. Maybe 2011. But that's the plot. But they go to the Norwegian base and discover that the Norwegians discovered a ship in the ice, a spaceship that was frozen in the ice. So at that point, McCready recognizes that they're dealing with something different, some other life form that can essentially take, and they figure out that it can take the form of other beings through the dog. The dog kills all the other dogs that they put it with, and they figure out that it's trying to turn into the dog. The doctor does an autopsy on this thing they kill. And so they figured out that the thing can mimic other life forms. So that's where the tension really ratchets up, because who is human? Who's the thing?
Right.
And how do they tell? They don't know. So the movie's full of paranoia and tension. You're following...
Yeah. The whole build-up of tension throughout the movie is what really makes this movie so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. I mean, every time you watch it, you can cut the tension with a knife on this movie. That's what it is. I mean, I don't think I need to go into more of the plot, really, because the plot's just trying to figure out who the guy is. They develop... McCready's a pretty smart guy, despite basically just being he's a helicopter pilot, right? Is he a helicopter pilot? Yeah, he's the helicopter pilot. Despite just being a helicopter pilot, he's a pretty smart guy, and he kind of lays out how he can test with this wire and the blood, and if it has a reaction, because the thing doesn't like heat. It likes the cold, where it can hibernate in the cold until it gets discovered to take over. And so Kurt Russell early in the movie recognizes that none of these guys are getting out of here alive. He's going to die. Everybody's going to die, but they have to take this thing out because they can't let it get out of Antarctica. Because if it gets out of Antarctica, it'll just take over the world.
And he's McReady to take anybody
ready
out.
to kill anyone.
Yeah.
So
he is. He really is like no BS. He will do whatever it takes to survive.
Yeah.
So
they lock Wilford Brimley out in a shed outside, and they recognize that he probably is the thing. They don't know how to prove it at the time when they lock him out there, but he's great in the role because they go out to visit him and he goes, "I just want to come inside," It's like, yeah, sure you do, buddy. And he's tied a noose out there like he's going to kill himself. It's all played very well because it's the thing trying to play to emotions. The thing understands the body he's in and how it works. It's interesting because there's some memory absorption or something there where he can be the person that he takes over.
Part of the whole mimic.
So he knows everything that person knows, at least from what I see in the movie.
Yeah.
From my point of view, he knows what that person knows. And then you have like the creature designs in this movie, which it wasn't Stan Winston, but he did assist on some of the stuff. It was one of his proteges essentially, and I can't remember the guy's name. I feel terrible right now. But Stan Winston did assist on like the dog scene, I believe, and a couple of other scenes with the creature design and how it worked. And the creature design, granted, it's dated. It is a dated creature. It's dated how it looks, but it still looks really, really good. It's kind of like a stop motion animation type deal. Yeah. So at some points you're capturing that like jerky movement, like stop motion can give you. But overall, it looks great still to this day. It's scary. It's terrible. The doctor scene, that gets me every time. I dread seeing that scene every time with the defibrillators right through the chest.
That looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. that scene just, like I said, it gets me every single freaking time. Yeah, so, I mean, the tension, the paranoia, the characters are all great. Keith David's great as Childs. Childs, you don't know if he's the thing or not.
Even at the end.
Even at the end, you don't know.
Each actor in this does a great job of just kind of tweaking their acting a little bit to make you feel like they could be.
Because they're all suspicious of each other.
Yeah, I mean they really did.
Childs, obviously, at some point Childs not the thing because they do the test. He's not the thing. Then after that, they all leave Childs, and after that, you never know again.
Right.
I guess we don't even truly know if McCready is the thing because we cut away from him in one shot,
right?
And then the next shot, he's in a different place.
And
he was the closest to it. Childs left the building and goes outside. Yeah. He said he saw something, so we don't know if he's the thing.
But could be.
But I mean, at that point,
how it's open ended.
Yeah, it leaves it very open ended. The ending's fantastic.
Yeah,
perfect ending to a movie because you could tell they're both sitting there, and if one of them's the thing, oh well. At that point, I mean, they're probably just going to die. I guess they're going to make a pact to burn each other to death or something. I mean, because you can't leave it there because then a rescue team comes, finds a living person there, they're going to take them back. So you have a whole other thing there. So, yeah, the ending is terrific. It's a perfect ending. There's no other way to end the movie. Everybody had to die.
Mm-hmm.
You assume they're going to die if they're human because, well, they have no power. They have no way out of Antarctica. They have no heat after the fire burns out that they started. So if they're human, they're going to die. Probably. I guess a rescue team could technically come, but I guess they could still technically test each other as well. I mean, they still have the ability to cut themselves and then take that flame and they could test each other, but they leave it open-ended.
Like how they ended it.
Yeah. John Carpenter directed it, of course. Terrific director of horror and tension movies.
Did not compose a soundtrack.
Did not, no. So, that's Ennio Morricone. Yeah. I'll say it for you since you've been having trouble saying that one all night.
But, I mean, going into this, listening to the score, you would think that's Carpenter.
Yeah.
Because it sounds a lot like, Halloween. Sounds a lot like Escape from New York. It's that dun dun.
Yeah, it's got a Carpenter score. It's got a Carpenter score. So Morricone worked within that range. Morricone's a great composer.
He kind of mimicked his work.
Nah, man, he thinged it.
He thinged it.
He thanged it.
He became Carpenter.
That's right. He did. He put his
So,
fingers in
Yeah.
his cheeks and
Oh,
drug him off by his face.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I totally
That
forgot
scene.
about that scene too, where
So-
Brimley does that to oh crap, I can't remember the guy's name, but you know,
Yeah,
he's a
the-
recognizable character actor.
And one of the main like scenes that sticks out in my head to this day from when I watched this movie years ago is Kurt Russell with the white face, snow in his beard,
Yeah,
and just the red background.
yeah. You
Just
got
him looking like he's kind of
Yeah.
almost possessed.
yeah, you got a lot of use of red in this
Yeah.
movie. You know, we watched
That
another
always
movie
stuck out to me.
recently that used a lot of red.
Yeah,
Different way though,
Right.
Beyond the Black Rainbow. But
yeah,
the use of red in this is through flares and the fire, so
Maybe.
it's very stark white or red. That's
Yeah.
your two colors. I mean, obviously you get like the
blue.
dark
Yeah.
hush tones of their clothes, like the browns and the grays and the greens. But mostly you get white and you get red,
Yeah.
and it comes together in that scene pretty spectacularly with the whole, you know, it's great.
Right.
Yeah. So
Pretty-
yeah, the
pretty
cast.
amazing movie.
Yeah, the cast is great. The script is great, at least from my perspective. Directing's great because it's Carpenter in the early '80s when he's at his best. We've watched Big Trouble in Little China last week. That's
Right.
Carpenter at his best as well.
Yep.
Carpenter had some years there. He had Halloween, Assault on Precinct 13, The Thing, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China. I mean, he just was
on
putting
it.
out some crazy good stuff.
Yep.
And then he had some output in the 90s that was not so good. He kind of went downhill in the 90s. And, you know, he's made a little comeback recently with the Halloween kind of sequel thing that he did. I haven't actually seen it. I haven't seen it either.
Some people like it.
People,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like it destroys all the sequels to Halloween and just kind of takes it back and becomes the actual sequel to Halloween, and gets rid of those Rob Zombie disasters that we don't want to think about.
Oh God. Yeah.
So yeah, The Thing is fantastic. It's a terrific movie. If you haven't seen it, like I said, just stop watching this, go watch that,
Yeah.
and then come back and watch this. You know, finish this off. We need the views.
Ah.
So yeah, terrific movie, great cast, great score by Ennio Morricone, great script, great tension, great paranoia, perfectly shot. Every shot is perfect in this movie. The creature effects are fantastic.
Yeah.
To me, it's basically
Just-
it's a perfect movie.
Just the build up.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go?
Constantly wondering who. Yeah. The whole time.
Yeah. All right, you want to, anything else you want to say about it?
No,
before we
I mean
do-
he summed it up pretty well.
All right.
Yeah.
I will rate first this time. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's
Mhm.
top 10 for me, no doubt. It always has been since the first time I saw it, which was many years ago. But
So,
yeah, this is.
Sorry, I don't mean to
Yeah,
cut
go
you
ahead.
off, but you brought up the very first scene that you didn't like.
That's true. I hate the
They-
opening scene of this movie.
Yes.
It's not needed. They should cut it out. Carpenter should go back and give a director's cut,
Yeah.
and all he needs to do is cut that scene off.
It yeah,
Done.
Don't need
The
it.
title screen should just say The Thing and go into the helicopter flight. You have the whole stupid scene of the ship coming to Earth at the first of this movie. It's not needed. It needs to go away.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's the only
100%.
part I don't like. I'm still giving it 5 stars.
Yeah, for the horror genre, I gotta go 4.8. I can't go 5. Yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
So,
fine.
yeah.
It's close enough. I mean, we can't
Yeah.
all be perfect.
No, it's that's pretty high up there for me. So
It's terrific.
yeah,
If this review is a little bit more coherent, it's because we're not drinking on a Wednesday night when we have work the next day.
Oh,
So
yeah, nothing in your
yeah,
hands.
yeah. No alcohol to show you today. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's The Thing. Watch The Thing. You will enjoy it. I guess if you like these kinds of movies, but this movie's real good, even if you don't. And I think it maybe could get you into some movies like this because I think it deserves a look by anybody. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I put it in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's that for Basement Movie Room this week. We'll see you next time for another Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Maybe some Army of the Dead.
Stay
We'll see.
tuned.
We'll see. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, turn off the thing.